On the final episode of this series of the Huntsman in Hungary, we're out again with Mr. Harford and Tamas of Wonderhart looking for roebucks. Can Ian finish off his trip with a nice buck? There's only one way to find out. So far in the series, we've seen plenty of what Hungarian hunting is all about with our good friends at Wonderhart. We've seen beautiful countryside with rolling hills, farms filled with game and some pretty impressive bucks. We've also taken a look at the beautiful town of Pesk near the Croatian border. And we've seen some of the facilities and accommodation provided by Wonderhart. We've met new friends and been guided by some very knowledgeable and experienced Hungarian hunters. We've also stalked the Hungarian night, watching 3 types of deer feed and go about their business while looking for wild boar. Ian has taken several good bucks for the cull books and dinner table.
Now, we put a lot of time in this afternoon. This is an absolutely fabulous estate. It's my first time here, so getting a good feel for the area, the vegetation, the lie of the land. Yeah, a few hours stalking, some beautiful countryside, some phenomenal deer, and a little roebuck. So at least we've got venison for the next 3 or 4 days. So far, 2 shots, 2 deer, and we're ready for a beer, I think. And he kind of skipped over the ditch and then just moved on to what he thought was a safe distance, but unfortunately with 300 Win Mag and 170 grain Lapua Naturalis, that ain't far enough.
Robbie has taken his buck with a little mishap.
The shot was a little bit too good and ended up he created his own very own unicorn roebuck.
And Tamas has taken a buck himself.
He was surrounded by does. It's always difficult to shoot a good age buck because it's always with some guard. So this is a good example of the car buck in Hungary. Weak antlers. It was a good decision to take off him from breeding.
Now we continue with that hunt and follow Ian to see if we can add another buck to the bounty. There's no shortage of deer on this farm and there's bucks all over the place. Ian and the team head out in the Huntsman to cover more ground and to glass the bucks on show. The more ground covered, the more deer spotted and the better chances are of finding that perfect buck. After a little driving and spotting, Ian's guide decides to head out on foot across the field. There's bucks feeding and moving across the crop fields. So Ian won't be spoiled for choice.
So as you can see, this is a really intensively farmed area, lots and lots of crops, and this wheat is now about waist height. So we've been driving down, trying to spot into the field, see where the bucks are, then get out and put a stalk into them. The only problem you've got is because it's so high, you can be literally 6 feet away from the bucks and not see them, but they know you're there, they can hear you coming, and if the wind moves, they can smell you, and before you know it, up they come, straight across the field, and then that leads to another hour, hour and a half's worth of stalking. But this is some of the most exciting and most exhilarating hunting that there exists, certainly in deer stalking. So, what can I say? Beautiful landscape, phenomenal scenery, loads of animals. We've just got to be right on the ball.
Ian and his guide keep on walking and glassing. Then they spot something. Ian gets a stiller predator onto his sticks. There's 3 roe deer on the edge of the crops heading towards the maze. If they get into that crop, they'll disappear and the chance will have passed. Ian follows them in his crosshairs, hoping they'll stop. And they do, just short of the crops. Ian makes a good shot and the buck drops on the spot. But the power of the stiller predator may have gotten the better of Ian.
Can you believe it? I managed to escape myself again. So, what can I say? The moral of the story is don't get your face too close to your scope. But another 212 yard shot. Very happy with that. He's gone straight down. This is the thing about the long grass we've got here. They do wait up, they do feel safe. You have a look at them, they can see you coming, but they feel reasonably comfortable. And then when you get out, you can stalk into them, and it gives you just a little bit of chance to make your shot. Now he went straight down, you can see the doe is still there, just heading off into the rape. Once she's cleared, we'll head down there, and then we'll go and pick up the buck. Okay, now I think we can head down. So here it is. So we've got to be pleased with that. Absolutely beautiful buck. Perfect shot there in the front of the shoulder. Lovely purling on him. Beautiful, typical, lovely symmetry on him. Nice and healthy. Really, really pleased. Great stalk, beautiful countryside. Once again, this is the sort of experience you get with Wonderhart. They know where the game is. There's a lot of animals here and they know how to get you close. So really pleased with him. Great shot, perfect harvest, and now through the normal ceremonies.
Ian took his buck from around 212 yards and it dropped on the spot. Another good shot made with a trusty stiller predator, despite managing to scope himself. The stiller predator has made good shots over and over again on this trip, and he hasn't let Ian or Tamas down. Ian's guide shows respect for the fallen game by providing it with a leaf for its final meal, then a leaf on its wound, and a third leaf for the hunter.
He is a beauty of those purples around there.
Do they eat again?
Yeah.
Good shot.
Thank you. I've been learning from the best, eh? He shows me my rifles work, so beautiful. Okay, let's get him back.
As Ian and Tamas carry the buck back to the truck, it wraps up a fantastic trip in the Isuzu D-Max Huntsman. Ian and the trusty pickup truck made the long journey across from mainland Europe to Hungary. Covered plenty of ground to spot game and scan the darkness for problem pests. Both Ian and the Huntsman have been reliable when it's counted. To find out more about the Isuzu D-Max Huntsman, visit isuzuoutdoorlife.co.uk. Subscribe to Team TV to stay up to date with all of our new videos and the new lineup of shows for 2015.